Damn, chill, you got another one?
What's poppin'? You already know the deal. You are now rockin' with no chill for real. We about to get ill. What did you expect for me to bow down, get soft and talk politically correct? They consider me a threat, especially if they goofy, cause I clown guys, no lies, I just do it truthfully. It's on the house like Snoopy, it's free in other words. I'm a nightmare to these super squares and nerds. I barbecue 'em with words when I'm through commentating. One thing you'll never see me ever do is hating, lying, exaggerating, or fabricating for views. If you not built for the street like a pair of shoes, as square as a Rubik's Cube, stop it and leave the field, or wind up a topic on no chill for real. You square as a Rubik's Cube, stop it and leave the field, or wind up a topic on no chill for real. All gas, no brakes. Gotta keep the pressure on these cowards and these snakes. Honor over money, gotta do what it takes. Gotta keep the pressure on these cowards and these snakes.
Gotta stay going in.
All gas, no brakes. Gotta keep the pressure on these cowards and these snakes. Honor over money, gotta do what it takes. Gotta keep the pressure on these cowards and these snakes. Say what's poppin'? You are now rocking with no chill for real. I'm not your doctor and I don't care how you feel, man. So yeah, we got another episode of a segment that I call Don't Shoot the Messenger, man. Look, I'm just bringing you the news on what's going on, man. So today we about to react and get into a phone call that Aunt Jefe made into No Jumper, and he gets into an explosive back and forth discussion with J Hood, man. So let's hop into it.
Jefe.
What's the deal, fool?
Jefe. You know what day it is?
I'm just saying, what's the word?
Shit, Nick, Lush, Spotty, J Hood, Vel just went viral for spanking somebody. Adam, you know what I'm saying? Just chilling and shit, running through the donos. What's the deal?
You said who in there?
The whole Tuesday squad plus Vel and Flock to Ball.
Yeah, Flock 2 Ball, J Hood, Vel, and the usual suspects.
Okay. Yeah, man, I've been hearing a lot of man. First and
Okay, so first off, I want to say, man, shout out to Ant. It sounds like he's in good spirits. He sounds, like his regular self, and that's a good thing, man, because being charged with a serious crime, whether you are guilty or not, and even if you're not guilty, anytime you have your freedom took from you, you're placed in an environment, that can be a stressful thing, right? I have literally seen dudes lose their hair in a matter of 6 or 7 months, just stressing, wondering and worrying about their freedom. So it sounds like he's his regular self, and that's definitely a good thing.
foremost, you know what I'm saying? What's happening, Lush, man? Salute, man.
Salute my brother Ant. Love you, dog. Come on, man.
Salute, bro.
Yeah,
Salute.
what's going on, Jefe?
Free you fast, bro. Free you fast.
What's happening, Adam?
How you living, dog?
I'm good, bro. Hey, yeah, J Hood, man, you up there trying to be messy, bro?
Being messy with what?
Being messy with my name, bro, like speaking on my name like you know what's going on with me.
I ain't never said nothing about you, fool. I'm the only nigga who ain't never said nothing about you, but we ain't. You got my number, fool.
Yeah, but like, I'm gonna tap in, bro. But like all the internet, like, bro.
I'm the only who ain't covers your case, nigga. I'm the only who ain't said nothing about your case.
Yeah, cause motherfuckers don't niggas don't.
I'm the only one. What you talking to the homegirl, J Mac? You talking to your little comrade, J Mac?
Motherfuckers trying to report what that scaled Komodo dragon snake skin motherfucker Whack talking about. He don't even know.
This call is being recorded.
Oh, this a wag bad shit.
All that shit doing police shit.
Okay, so let me stop right here, right? So, and it's saying, people is trying to report what Whack is saying, right? And then J Hood is like, okay, this is a Whack bashing thing or whatever, right? So, and this is what I was saying in the last video that I made, right? It's cool for it's cool for J Hood to be Team Whack, right? And support him, you know what I'm saying? And if he happens to be out with somebody and they try to jump him, have his back 100%, right? But you have to realize, J Hood, in this podcast space, when Whack is at times confrontational, he's inflammatory, he says a lot of disrespectful things as well. So he's going to make a lot of enemies, right? You cannot, as a podcaster, become over emotional and want to defend Whack when somebody says something about him. If Whack has righteously created an enemy, it's crazy because a lot of these dudes that Whack has fell out with, he at one point in time had at least a cordial relationship. So if you have a dude, right, who falls out with 10 people, he was once cordially speaking with, some of the blame, at least some of the blame has to lie on him somewhere at some point in time.
You got my number, fool. Hey, you got my number, fool. I ain't gonna do all that. You got my number, fool.
Do all what?
I ain't gonna do all that. You talking like you trying to ask me questions when you can just get at me directly. I ain't gonna do that off of the chat. You really know me, fool. I already know you. I know your family. You know my peoples. I'm not finna argue with you over something that I have not done, fool. That's not what I'm finna do. You know that's not my program. You know me, fool.
Yeah, I'm hearing different though, my niggas.
But you're hearing different, and I clarified it already. But I ain't explained myself though. I clarified it already though, fool. It's not true.
Man,
I'm ending it there. I'm ending it there respectfully. But like I said, nigga,
you said what?
I said I'm ending it there respectfully.
All right, bro. Adam, what's going on with you, man? They telling me, man, you out there, man, doing some detective work, man.
No, not me. I ain't a reactor. I'm just reacting to the that people putting out there about the case and everything. But hey, I didn't put the taco truck narrative out there. I'm sure you heard about that.
Hey boy, Adam, man, he ain't got no shame, man. He let him know. Hey, say, listen, man, I didn't put, I ain't been doing nothing but just reacting to what people are talking about. He threw his old partner Flacco right up under the bus, saying, hey, it wasn't me, man. Flacco's the one who put the taco narrative out there, man. So, Adam, he plays the game and still at the same time tries to keep the heat up off of him.
Yeah, all that shit false. Like, even like I said, the snake skin motherfucker. He reading large from a motherfucking police report. You know what I'm saying? They said he put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me that you like kind of like he added you and told me that you like kind of reposted that shit. You feel me? Like I don't know what type of narrative he trying to run or he think he got going on. But that fool's a motherfucking weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Like he think he got some type of truth or think he got some type of intel about some shit. He don't know what the he talking about. He just talking for the internet.
Now I have put up a couple of videos, right? And it does seem like since Aunt Jefe has been locked up, Wack has took some type of glee or joy in him being incarcerated, right, fighting this case. And to me, it's crazy, to me, it's crazy that any individual, even if he has moved out of the streets, right, and he's no longer in the streets, and he declares that, right, and I don't know if that's the case with Wack 100, I'm just saying, or any individual that still is in the street, you should not take joy in seeing an individual in a situation where his freedom is at jeopardy, right? That was one of the things that would trigger me in prison. And I had a couple of fights, and I think my last physical fight was behind a dude in prison saying, yeah, that's why you got life. And I'm looking at it like, okay, if you in prison, you obviously committed some type of crime. You may have not got life, but for you to take joy and glee in somebody else having a life sentence, to me, it's just some straight bitch shit, right? So I would never take joy in anybody, being in an incarcerated situation, even if it was an individual who I didn't see eye to eye with.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't been doing nothing but like reacting to this that's out there, but for sure Wack is like way more in the weeds of the conspiracies about what's been going on with you and everything.
Hey, I'm the only who didn't react to that shit, cuz. I'm the only one who said that's A-Trey gangster business. Hey, no. Hey, you hear me, Wack? Hey, you hear me? You hear me, Ant? I'm the only nigga to say, hey, that's A-Trey gangster business. That's on this panel. I'm the only nigga who said, keep that shit in the streets. I'm the only nigga who said, so that's weird shit, cuz. So whoever said, who told you I spoke on that?
Trying to argue about what you over, but look, you said you were trying to argue about what you over talking, bro.
Yeah, because you said some because you just called in and you didn't ask to hear nothing. Come on, cuz. That's like you could have called.
Look, you said, come on, cuz, bro. I'm hearing from niggas numerous lying on you for it. Like I'm not just calling in, nigga, asking you no question, nigga. I'm hearing your name, bro.
Okay, who told you my name? Who told you my name?
Bro, I'm not about you. I don't do that. Who said your name? Numerous.
And whoever said my name is a dead homies, because I don't throw stones behind my hand. If I would have said something, I would have said something. But I'm the only on this panel. Both times I've been on here and ain't dropped no video about you that said that's A-Trey gangster business and free Aunt Jefe. I'm the only nigga who said that.
Like I said, look, listen.
Oh, West Side Herb on the dead homies.
Look. A motherfucker react to what they want to react to, bro. Like a
But what I'm saying is, I didn't even do that. I didn't even do that. So for you to say that I said something about your case, nigga, on the dead homies, nigga.
Before, bro, you gonna let me talk or what, my nigga?
Cause you just jumped on here and tried to like fake press me, cuz like you could have called me for that.
Now, to keep things 100% fair, right? I did see a few videos where J Hood definitely was like free Ant. He was supporting Ant. He was saying Ant ain't got nothing to do with that. We need Ant back in the community. He's a pillar of the community, so on and so forth, and things of that nature, right? Though it seemed like he also somewhat, changed his tune a little bit, because in one of the earlier videos when Adam 22 said something in relation to Aunt Jefe, in one of the later videos, J Hood said, hey, you know what, that's A-Trade business, so on and so forth. But let me show you this clip where he did, in my opinion, still get into that business, the A-Trade business, a little bit more than he should have. And in my opinion, he definitely said some things he should not have said. So check this video out right here.
It seems like we should probably discuss the fact that our boy, Aunt Jefe, also known as the Alter Eagle, is not on the podcast today because he is locked up facing murder charges. And despite a flurry of fake news over the past week, it would appear that the situation that Ant is being accused of is one in which he and another man allegedly DP'd a fellow 8-tray Crip.
That was a child molester. That was a rapist.
You have Ant on the phone? Girl, hold on. Oh, he's good. Interesting.
That was, you didn't see that?
Yeah, they said he was a rapist.
Okay, but I saw people today saying that the spelling of the name for the dude who's a rapist is different than this guy. So I am a little worried about jumping to conclusions that guy was a rapist.
There's been so much misinformation.
Not 100% sure on that.
I think if he should be valid. If he said it, I kind of believe it, right? Because I think he's reliable. But I'm glad, Jay. But I'm glad you said you wouldn't jump to that shit. I'm glad.
Yeah, just because I saw a post today saying that they think that it might be a different guy with a different spelling. But okay, and also the guy that was about, it was like a 2019 rape charge. So it is kind of unclear if this DP story is true. It's kind of unclear if that would have been the reason.
Like,
also,
why is it so delayed?
Maybe he could have done something else if that really is.
Well, hey, I'll say this.
Just got out.
You think he just got free?
I'm not sure.
Hey, I'll say
It's all
this.
speculation.
That
but
could be
you said
interesting.
what?
I told y'all.
To jail, got out, nigga. Like, what you doing over here?
I told y'all.
So you saw just right there, and the point that I'm trying to hammer in is when Adam says something to the effect of, we have to discuss one of our, co-hosts not being here because he was, caught up in a DP or whatever he said. And then immediately J Hood comes in and says, yeah, man, they was DPing a chomo or a dude who had, bad charges against a child, so on and so forth, right? So in my opinion, he's confirming that it was a DP, right? Or at least that's his opinion, right? His opinion is, yeah, that it was a DP. And then he goes on to say he was DPing the dude because he was a child molester, right? So that's all that A-Trade business, right? In my opinion, man. And the reason I was disappointed in J Hood, right? And like I say, I don't have nothing personal against none of these cats. I'm just giving you my opinion from an individual who has a street perspective and a street background. J Hood, in my opinion, at that point in time when he said that, he should have had enough understanding of the streets and prison and so on and so forth not to declare the man was a child molester unless he 100% knew for sure that's what that dude was. Because later on in the video, you see Adam saying, hey, man, listen, basically, I don't know if we should put that out there because there's a little bit confusion about if that dude who is alleged to be a victim of Aunt Jefe's, Carl Terrell Welch, is a child molester, right? And so once again, J Hood said that he was, right? So I went and done a little research, right? and it's two individuals with similar names, right? There is nothing that I found that shows or indicates that Carl Terrell Welch, Welch, was a child molester. Now, what it is there's another individual, and his name is William Carl Welsh, different spelling on the last name, Welsh, who's from Oregon. He is the one that has child molestation charges, but he also caught a child molesting case or something in relation to that in California. So that is where the two names may be getting confused. So once again, if a person does not have 100% confirmation, then he should have never put that information out. And let me show you guys the information that I found. A 56-year-old child molester from Clatsop County was sentenced on Friday to 673 days in prison for failing to update his sex offender registration. When he leaves prison, William Carl Welsh must remain under federal court supervision for the rest of his life, ordered U.S. District Judge Anna J. Brown in Portland. Welsh's criminal history includes a 1986 conviction in Oregon for sodomy and sexual abuse, and a 2000 conviction for using a child in a display of sexual explicit conduct. He was also convicted in California for committing immoral acts before a child and annoying a child, according to a prosecution memo, records show. And so just to make it extremely clear for those who may have got a little confused, the information that I just read is not in relation to the individual Carl Terrell Welch, who is said to be the reason why Aunt Jefe is in jail. That is an entirely different individual by the name of William Carl Welsh. Different spelling on the last name. Welsh is the individual's last name, which I just read that information. And that information can be easily obtained on a Google search. You don't need any type of, account or whatever. Just search his name, William Carl Welsh, and several articles will pop up concerning this individual from Portland, Oregon, who done these unsavory things and then was arrested for eventually for not registering with Megan's Law. So once again, I think that anytime we put those horrific allegations on an individual's name, especially if we've been to prison, we should know better not to do anything like that if we are not 100% correct, right? So in my opinion, man, anyone who has made those allegations publicly about that individual who once again lost his life on January 31st, they owe that dude an apology, a public apology, whether he is alive or not, because his family has to hear things, and if they're not true, we should not be connecting that to that individual. I definitely think that's fair. And so once again, outside of making that mistake, in my opinion, J Hood did, support Ant, so on and so forth, right? But the bad thing about this podcast and stuff is, right, when you get up here and you do all these podcasts and stuff, this stuff is on YouTube, right? And when you start to lose credibility in individuals' eyes, sometimes you can't get that credibility back, right? I just feel that when J Hood made those assertions about that individual and those allegations, to me, he lost a lot of credibility, because at that point in time, like I said, he had enough prison schooling and enough schooling from the streets to know better than to make that accusation on that dude. Then later on, when somebody else mentions it a day or two later on, then he declares that's A-Tray business. But he should have left that alone. That should have been A-Tray business a couple of days before, when he even spoke on that.
Is it?
Hey, if we gonna do that, bro, we can just blow the panel up, bro. Like on the set, or you want me to call you? How you want to do it, bro? Because I moved on from you and start talking to another. You coming back to fake pressure up. But
I'm not fake pressure up again. And this me in real life, fool. This me in real life.
Come on, bro. Like I don't know about that, bro. Like I don't know. Like it's how you coming back and you trying to, like, bro, like, miss me with that. Like, I'm talking to a whole other nigga, you jumping back out there, like, saying some shit. You told me to call you, and we gonna holler, nigga, and I skip from you. So what is you coming back trying to, like, get high power for?
I'm not trying to get high power. This me, dead homies. This me. But like I said, just call me. You know what? Just call me. Just call me, fool. Just call me.
Like I was saying, though, a nigga react to what they want to react to. I know how the internet go. Niggas better stop pushing false narratives on my name, though. I know that. On this set, I know that.
Yo, Ant, real talk though, I ain't heard J Hood really even speak on your situation at all. So I think you might have got some bad info on that because I don't think J Hood said nothing even slightly investigative about your situation, you know?
I didn't even cover it at all. I said, you know what? That's A-Trey gangster business.
Yeah.
He did. He said that a bunch of times today, yeah.
Come on, I'm on federal probation. I'm going to get out and come out, nigga. I'm going to do a year. Like, you don't know what the you talking about, bro. You say that, my nigga. Like, stop speaking on you don't know what you talking about, bro.
Nigga, I thought you was on federal probation. Nigga, that ain't got nothing to do with your case. That's your circumstances.
That's what I'm saying, cuz. You speaking on shit that you don't know what you talking about.
So me saying that you was on federal, I thought you just got out the feds. Nigga, so what, cuz? So what, cuz? Call me, cuz, dead on me. Stop. Nigga, so what, bro? Yep, I said you on federal probation, and right after that I said free him. I said I think he on federal probation, so he might have to go do a year, but he gonna get out. Nigga, I've been rooting for you the whole time, but I don't give a fuck about that shit no more.
And like I said earlier, J Hood has been basically, you know, saying a free and Jefe didn't do it. We need him back in the community, so on and so forth, right? And sometimes those are just the mistakes of a podcaster to put some information out there that may not necessarily be 100% true. You know, I haven't watched Aunt Jefe's page a whole lot, but I have watched some periodically, right? And I have seen him put some information out there that's not true. Maybe he got a call from the county jail that some dudes got into a fight, and he'll put some information out there. Then the next day he'll come back and say, you know what? Okay, I just found out that the information that I put out there wasn't true. So sometimes, you know, it goes with the territory, right? As long as an individual is not intentionally spreading malicious information about somebody else, then I feel that the podcasters should understand. I can understand maybe an average regular citizen, you know, look up and he see his name all on all these YouTube stuff and everybody talking about him. And he's like, man, why these dudes got me in, you know, got my name in their mouth, man. I'm facing some serious situations and these dudes is playing with my name and talking about me and so on and so forth. But once again, I feel that if you are a podcaster and you have a YouTube channel like Aunt Jefe does, you should have a better understanding of what goes on, right, in the games that's being played on the internet, because there are very, very rare circumstances, in my opinion, in which an individual can say something on a podcast and it really will affect your case. You know, whatever happened with Aunt Jefe, whatever they got him arrested for, they said happened on the 31st of January, right? And so, you know, unless a person gets on the podcast identifying people that the police can't identify on the video, or giving up some type of information the police doesn't have, and giving up some damaging information that can be used to convict the individual, there's nothing that really can be said that's going to affect a person's case if we just gonna keep it 100. Some people, of course, may not like to hear their name mentioned and talked about when they're in a serious situation, right? But you know, but just, you know, small things that are mentioned and they're not mentioned with the intention to damage somebody shouldn't, you know, should be understood, in my opinion, by podcasters, right? You know, honestly, man, the one who had been putting the fake narratives out there, once again, Seti Nash, you know, talking about even though, and I mentioned that in the video when Seti Nash said they said he unalived Big U's son. But once again, Seti Nash is claiming to be a member of a well-known gang, and so he should have a street education, knowing not to even spread any information out like that, talking about they said it, because it can inflame the two individuals from those sections that he was speaking of, right? And then Poetic Flacco, right? Because even though he's not a gang member, I'm assuming that and Jefe had some type of relationship with Flacco, because they both worked on the same podcast, right? And so at least they had some type of interactions, I'm assuming, right? And so for Flacco then to turn around and just pretty much, we see now, just make up a story and say all this and say all that, is crazy, right? But once again, Flacco's main objective is to get the bread. We have seen him before put out stories that implicated Brick Baby and shootings and stuff when Brick Baby is locked up. So Flacco has no ties, no loyalty to any of these dudes, right? And so for Flacco to still not understand how severe and serious some of those things that he said are, that's really crazy, right? But like I said, man, once again, it all comes with this YouTube and podcasting atmosphere, man. When you hop on YouTube and podcast and this and that, unfortunately, you make yourself a public, you make yourself a public person. And in the event you get caught up in a situation, people are gonna talk about it. And so that's the thing, man. Anyway, I think
I don't give I don't care, nigga. Because you done reported on me plenty of times of what the you think, nigga. You done reported on me about what you think.
Okay, and so yeah, you heard J Hood just tell Ant, man, you didn't report it on me plenty of times. And I scrolled through Ant Jefe's page earlier today, and I seen, yes indeed, he does have several videos on J Hood, right? And I'm assuming in some of those videos at some point he gave his opinion. I didn't watch him, but I'm assuming at some point in some of those videos he had to give an opinion, right? And so really, that's all J Hood really done, was giving an opinion on him being on probation or whatever, whether it was right or it was wrong. So what I'm saying is, man, sometimes us as podcasters, we have to understand the games people play, because a lot of us podcasters have contributed to the same type of stuff being put out there on these internet streets.
You done reported on me about what you think.
Some more facts, nigga. On the shit, nigga, I've been on the phone with you about, nigga. That come on, man, look, bro. Kiss me, look, bro. I'll be out, cuz. I miss you with all the fake tough shit over the internet, cuz.
Nigga, I ain't fake tough, bro. All I said, you can call me, but you getting pressured up because I said, because if you getting pressured up, you got fake animosity. Oh, yeah, you got fake animosity, gang.
You can go back and forth, cuz. Stick to what you said, cuz. You niggas problem, cuz.
Who nigga? What nigga problem, nigga?
You niggas be doing weird, cuz.
And that's the unfortunate part of, Adam going out, getting these dudes, these real members, or dudes at times who were real members. A lot of these dudes, man, have failed to check their ego and have failed to really tame the monster. So when you have these dudes on podcasts, a lot of these dudes, man, don't have conflict resolution skills, or they just don't know how to disagree without becoming angry and upset. Hey, man, y'all podcasting. Y'all not there to kill each other and get into it and all that. You guys are podcasting. And so if you can't podcast and disagree and debate without wanting to get physical, it's always going to turn out ugly, right? I believe this is just right after J Hood and Spody Face had some disagreements, and they walked off camera to go do whatever it is they wanted to go do. But once again, they're podcasting, so it never should have went that way, right? Individuals, if you're gonna be a podcaster, you have to learn how to podcast, have a difference of opinion without wanting to take everything to the street, man. Anyway, listen, man, I'm supposed to get up out of here. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy, No Chill for real. I'm not your doctor, and I don't care how you feel. Until the next episode, respect the code.